Okay, we're back in Legend of Heroes, Trails of the Daybreak, and it's time to start doing the quests here. So real quick, I'm going to do the quest, and then if time permits, I'll do the free time stuff, and then we'll actually do the story quest, probably in a different video. So anyway, this is our client for the blackmail situation. Hello, you're Jess, aren't you? Hey, haven't I seen you guys before? We've met before, yes, it's good to see you. We're with Arkwright Solutions. You put out a request asking for our help, yeah? And that's what we're here to talk about. Care to fill us in on what's going on? Wow, you really came after all. I mean, not that I doubted you guys or anything, but still. Anyway, you guys should probably sit down. It's going to take me a while to explain everything. So to give you guys a brief introduction, as you know, my name's Jess. I'm a singer and songwriter, if I can even really call myself that. I just started doing all that pretty recently, so it's not like I'm famous or anything close to that. Well, I thought your music was really great when I heard it earlier. You should be proud of it. Was it really? I wish I could have heard it. Thanks, you girls are too kind. Now that I think about it, I feel like I've been seeing you guys more and more around my neighborhood. It's probably because our office is located in Old Town. No kidding, that's where the three of us live. That's neat. Who else do you live with? I live with some friends I've known since we were kids. We all came to Edith from the countryside and decided to room together. One of them is this guy named Raymond. He works at the flower shop. The other is Raymond's older sister, Carol. She works at the boutique. Gotcha, good to know. And just to be clear, I promise not to go around talking to people about you guys or anything. This isn't exactly the sort of request I want Raymond and Carol to know about anyway, so it's really for the best. You wrote that you want us to remove your information from somebody's notebook. Could you go into a little more? Sure, but before I do, I need to ask. Have you guys ever heard of a guy named Giacomo before? Did you say Giacomo? You could say we know him, for better or for worse. Great, that saves me the trouble of having to explain who he is. Basically, the notebook I wrote about is this one he keeps full of material to blackmail people. Yikes, I knew that notebook wasn't good news based on the title of your request, but that sounds super bad. Can't say I'm surprised he'd have such a thing, but it doesn't put him in any better of a light, that's for damn sure. How did you find out you were in his little black book? Well, once I started to make a name for myself doing music stuff, he ambushed me outside the concert hall one day. What he said really freaked me out. He told me that he knew my secret, and if I didn't want it getting out to the wrong guy, I'd have to help him with his work. I haven't seen Giacomo at all since then, but I want that information scrubbed out of his notebook before he has a chance to do anything with it. That's despicable. It's one thing to play dirty on the battlefield, but threatening a private citizen is just low. Wait, hold on a second. Van, weren't you talking about Giacomo just the other day? Yeah, and for a reason our client here might like to know, Giacomo's dead. Can't go into the specific circumstances of what happened with someone like you, but I figure it's worth clearing up that much. Are you serious? I had no idea. Now I'm worried. If he's dead, what could have happened to the notebook? Ordinarily, something like that would be in the custody of the police. But this is Giacomo we're talking about. He wouldn't let one of his tools of the trade fall into the hands of the police so easily. My bet is he kept it hidden. Odds are about 50-50 as to whether the cops managed to uncover it or not. It's probably in our best interest to figure out where he stashed it or what's become of it. Sure, that makes sense to me. Even if the police might have it in their possession, I'd appreciate you guys going out and checking just to make sure. What do you say, Van? Are we going to help him? Of course. Don't worry, we'll take the case. Our first stop should probably be Giacomo's two hideouts that we visited before. We should sift through them and see what we find. I'm sure the guy had other spots while he was alive, but with any luck, something will turn up and we won't have to go through any more trouble. That makes sense. We already know where the two hideouts are, so we might as well investigate them. Sounds good to me. I can't wait to see you guys do your thing. I'm sure going to learn a lot about being a Spriggan. Once we come to some sort of conclusion, we'll be sure to contact you with whatever news we have. Until then, sit tight. We've got you covered. Perfect. Thank you guys so much for doing this. You don't know how much I appreciate it.
Time to start working.
Okay. You know what? Let's start at Riverside. Huh. Actually...
Is that?
What's up? Oh, it's Agnes. She must be working today. Those two must be the ones she told me about. But she didn't mention that the guy's a total cutie. Oh, I wish I had a fun part-time job like her.
Agnes has a job? Why is this the first time I'm hearing of it?
Besties tell each other everything, you know. What, you jealous?
I'm just concerned about my friend, that's all. So what kind of job is it?
I think she said they investigate stuff for people. And apparently they're helping her look for something while they work. That's all I know. Honest.
That's so vague. Are you sure it's not shady?
I assure you, there's nothing to worry about. There you are.
But how can you be so certain? Do you know something we don't?
You could say that. She came to me about working, and because she performs her duties so admirably, I told her she's free to do what she wants on her days off. But enough about that. Let's finish our business and return to school. I bought some excellent tea for you both to try. Nice! We've got to grab some scones to go with them.
Hold on! You didn't explain anything!
Dang it. Cat's on my hand right now, so I only have one to play with. Okay. Now I have the other hand.
Enemy suppressed. Nice work. It's not over. I'm on it. Battle finished. Let's hurry on ahead. Arts attack advised.
You picked the wrong guy to fight.
Dang it. There it goes.
Commencing battle. Proceed with caution. Arts work best on this end. Show them what you're really capable of. Combat over. Processing data.
And we have to go through
Arch
here.
attack advised. Beginning engagement. Brace yourself.
Well then, away we go.
Next one. Not over.
Next.
Not over. Don't forget about your charge attack.
Take this.
Combat over. Not over. Processing data.
As long as we can just two-shot everything, this may not be as bad as how it worked in like Azure and Zero, how you just double tap them to be done with it.
With so many.
That hurt, you jerk.
Glad that worked out okay.
I made a wrong turn somewhere.
Arts attack devised. Beginning combat. Show us what you're really capable of. Enemy suppressed. Nice work.
So yeah, there was literally nothing different there. Here we are, this is one of Giacomo's old bases. Sure enough, looks as though the police have already seized everything he left behind here. You never know, it's still possible they overlooked something. My thoughts exactly. Let's give this place a good come over and see if we can find clues to whatever his blackmail notebook is. The group examined the markings on the floor with scrutinous eyes, but nothing appeared to be out of the ordinary. Must have figured right, and something on the floor would be too obvious. Let's try somewhere more out of sight, somewhere people would be likely to overlook. I like the idea. Let's try searching somewhere else then. Is it just me, or does this brick look different? Yeah, it looks like it was made with a different kind of clay. Let's try poking around it just in case. Van gave the brick and all those surrounding it a light knock. The one that looks different sounds different too. It was a lot lighter. I've read stories where bricks are used as switches. Wonder if that could be the case here. Only one way to find out. I don't think we can outright move it, but we can at least shift it around a bit. After moving the brick, they discovered that letters were written upon its surface. Look, something's written on it. It says TE-203. Let's put it back to how it was before we think on it. Wonder if this is some kind of code. This by itself doesn't really give us enough to go on. Maybe it's one of those ciphers where you need to collect all the pieces to understand the meaning. Okay. Still not sure this code's going to take us to wherever the blackmail book is, but we gotta keep at it. Not much else caught my eye in his hideout. Don't think we're going to find anything else even if we keep looking. Off to the next place we go. Next to the underground hideout in the Riverside District then. Let's get going.
Let's do this.
So... we overshot it by quite a bit. Basically, I just want to do some strength testing right here.
Let's do that. Proceed with caution. Show 'em what you're really capable of.
Well then, away we go.
Watch out for ranged attacks.
Take the sun.
Combat over. Processing data.
You can see the EXP is negligible.
Looks like the gang's all here.
Whoa.
It should be safe for now. Watch out for ranged attacks. There. Beginning engagement. Brace yourself.
Gotcha. The sun.
Enemy suppressed.
Okay, I'm good.
Watch out for ranged attacks.
Let's get to work. Good work, guys. We all in one piece?
Okay, we got a little bit more Sepith for the pile. Heard something from the room ahead of us. There's people inside. Several people. Maybe it's Almada? I hope not. I doubt it. Probably just exactly who we want to see here. Let's head in. Hello there, officers. How you liking this spot? You come by here often? Hope you found what you're looking for. Should be asking you that question. What's a punk like you doing in here? And you brought a child along this time. There is a police investigation underway here. Civilians are not allowed on the premises. Come on, don't be like that. I just stopped by on a job. Guess you guys are looking for something too, huh? If you already know, then why are you asking? It's not like I'll tell you anything else either. Why don't you just go ahead and tell me what kind of job you're taking that brought you back here, of all places? This doesn't have to be a questioning, though I don't mind taking you along to the station for an interview, voluntarily, of course. Hey, whoa, hold up there. I ain't trying to pick up a fight. We got our own business around here. What do you say I scratch your back and you help look for whatever it is you're trying to find? I help you try to find what you're trying to... You help me, I help you. That's the summary of it. Who knows, maybe an outsider's perspective will help things along better than you could, Inspector. And of course, we'll tell you about anything we find. No secrets here. I know we're asking for a lot, but please consider making an exception this time. Of course we won't get in your way, Inspector. I can even go out and clean up the waterway monsters so things are a little safer here. As in, you're going to fight them? Damn it, kid, maybe let me handle this one. Anyway, please, you can trust me a little on this one. If supervision would make you feel better, you can always have someone watch us. You're shameless. Think you can come in and just ask me to trust you, just like that? And yet the CID trusts you, if ever so slightly. I'd quite like to find out what about you is worthy of that trust, assuming there's anything at all. Can we go in then? Yes, but if you're so much just twitch in a suspicious way, I'll have cuffs on you before you even notice. Let us know if you find anything. Thank you so much, Inspector. Okay, excuse us then. So we'll start by talking. You called yourselves Arkwright Solutions, if I recall. I swear you couldn't be any more suspicious if you tried. But if you insist that you're worthy of even a fragment of our trust, go ahead and prove it. Maybe there's a code in the carpet. It has this funky pattern to it. That's an idea. Would be cool if it's true. One issue is we don't really have a way of knowing unless we get a clue about it. Let's try the other one first. The container is damaged, but doesn't look like it's a clue. I was wondering if maybe all these scrapes meant something. I get the thought process, but they look like normal wear and tear to me. Let's keep checking around. It's a flyer for the taco stand. Come to think of it, we met Giacomo right in front of that taco stand. He mentioned he was a regular there, usually on Wednesdays. Tacos. I could go for a taco right now. Wonder what I should get. Their menu's on the back of that flyer, yeah? Fairy tugged on the taco stand flyer. Can't get it off. It's stuck to the wall, and all I can lift is this corner. Wait, hold on. Look, there's something written in the corner here. Is this a code of some sort? You're right. Good one there, Farida. Now let me take a look. Bunch of tiny letters on the back of the flyer. I have no idea what this means. Yep, no clue either. This one's not going to be an easy one to decipher. We're going to need a key to decipher the code in the first place. I think I know what to do with the number. The other code has a TE, and if we put them together, it says note as a notebook. You're right. It doesn't necessarily mean that this leads to the book we're looking for, but at the very least, they're connected. That's a good start. We need to figure out the remaining code and what the 203 meant. Man, a taco flyer is a whack place to put a code on. Dude must have been real hardcore about his tacos to come with something like this. He did go every week. Yeah. Isn't it nice to see you three having so much fun in our crime scene? Well, did you find anything? I'll remind you that tampering with evidence is a crime punishable by law, but you might just look nice behind bars and in a prison suit. Hey, cool it there. We're just about to show you. Take a look for yourself. Giacomo left some sort of code on here. I do see that something's written, but are you sure it's a code? Sure? No? Not until I decode it, anyway. Alright, guess you're not just talk, then. Hate to say it, but you did help in our investigation. Nice, if I get to earn a favor from the cops, then that's a win in my book. I found what I was looking for, so we'll be leaving now. Hold up, don't think you can play me for a fool here. I've got an idea as to what you're after. Let me ask you this, what will you do with it once you find it? Got no idea what you're talking about, Inspector? Don't play coy with me. We're all well aware Giacomo had a thing for collecting information for blackmailing purposes. We've so far been unable to locate said information. It wasn't with any of his possessions. It's a safe assumption on our part that he might have had such info hidden somewhere in the city. That code might very well lead us to at least part of that information once solved. I know what you're on about, so let's not play any games here, Spriggan. Sorry, but I can't go tattling on a client. I got a job to do here, and my own rules to stick by as a Spriggan. I have to put my client's wishes first and foremost. Whether it's in the best interest of the police or not, that's not really any of my business. Alright, but I'll be keeping an eye on you and making sure you don't use Giacomo's secrets for anything problematic. You do, and I'll be more than happy to be the one to throw you behind bars. Think that's as much justification as I need. Regardless, thank you for your assistance, Arkwright Solutions. I'll pray to the goddess that you continue being this cooperative with the police in the future. Yeah. Sorry for bothering you, and thanks. Thank you for your assistance too, Inspector. Okay, back to business. Time to crack this little riddle out and find out what the hell those mean. We need a key to solve this, don't we? I didn't see any more hints. I don't know what to do. Maybe we're missing something, like in his hideout or something. There was a sofa, the liquor bottles, several containers, and there's the taco stand flyer where Fairy found the code. The taco stand flyer might be a lead worth looking into. He was real fond of that taco joint. Hell, the code itself was on the flyer. I don't think it's just a coincidence. That's not the kind of guy Giacomo was. He was very cautious. Then let's go to the taco stand. Back to Riverside's, Riverside.
Off we go.
Oh, good stuff right here. The very best.
So this is the taco stand from the flyer, right? Yeah, let's see if it's got a clue for this code. They all look really tasty. I can't decide what to buy. Hey there, girlie. Menu's right here. Feel free to pick whatever catches your eye. Well, whatever, might as well make an order while we're here. Wait, no freaking way. Oh, you're right, so that's what it means. Did you figure something out? I think the menu itself might be our key. You'll find the answer if you use the portion after the number. Of the menu? I don't get it. Why not give it a try? Good chance as any. It's really straightforward if you figure out the trick. I see, okay then. I don't like that I'm the only one who hasn't figured it out anyway. I'll give it a shot. The menu is the key to decipher the code then. What came after was... There's 9 items on the menu. Red hot chili taco. Oh. What was it? R4? Beef garlic taco, cheese taco, fiery fish taco, zesty lemon chicken, pulled pork taco. So the letter tells you what item, and then the number is what letter in that name. I think it was... Hold on. There's only one of them that was... It's Horizon. You start the first letter and go down each item a number of letters equal to the number and take that letter. Good job nailing it on the first try. Well done, Fairy. That was easy. But Horizon, huh? Next up is figuring out what that means. Obvious answer would be the horizon, but that would be taking things too literally. Can always just ask. Hey, mind if I ask a quick question? What's the first thing that comes to mind if I say the word horizon? Horizon? I know. Really? What is it? No big deal, really. First thing to pop in my head was the apartment building across the river. It's called Horizon Heim. The landlord stops by every now and then for some tacos. Hard to forget what they're always complaining about, all the vacancies in the building. God, thanks for the hint. Giacomo might have heard the landlord complain about all the vacancies. If he did, it makes sense he'd take advantage of the empty space to hide stuff. True, shall we go look into it? Let's go. This way... So this is Horizon Heim. After all our clues, I think room 203 is the most suspicious. Should we go inside it? I was thinking about that, but I don't buy that the hide spot's the building itself. It's too easy. Giacomo's the careful type. Wouldn't have wanted people to see him coming in and out of the building. Then it must be outside, but what's the 203 about? Figure it's gotta be this, right? The mailbox. Interesting, the drop slot for 203 is covered by transparent tape. Probably because the room's not rented. However, the code suggests that inside our little post box. Van tore the tape off the room 203 mailbox and took out the contents. Knew it. Here it is. So this is the notebook we've been searching for. A worn leather notebook. It certainly looks like it. This thing's filled with personal info, photos, newspaper clippings about all kinds of folk. No question, this is the blackmail material Jess talked about. Where's Jess's page? Here it is. Beneath the blue sky, as you and I sit listening to my strings, it occurs to me that these everyday moments with you mean everything to me. From ever letting you know the truth of my feelings, I shall abstain. More than just friendship, locked away in my heart they remain. Though they may overpower me, forever I shall be part of the flowery man that owns my heart. Is this a poem? No, these are lyrics. There's a comment taken from discarded notebook. These lyrics, though, they're nice and all, but what about this makes them blackmail material? There's a photo here, too. The photo shows Jess entering a business with a man's arm around his shoulder. His expression is guilty and full of shame. At a glance, looks like he got suckered in by some shop's barker. No, really, all this looks normal. What about this is blackmail? Not sure I'm right, but I may have an idea. Did you notice, man? The song is talking about a man. Do you think that means... Yeah, we're thinking about the same thing. Come on, don't whisper to each other. I want to know what you're talking about. We gotta run this by the client first. We don't get any proof anyway. Let's meet up with him and have him look at the contents of this notebook. Aw, man. Just fast travel me.
Heading to the objective. Thanks for stopping by.
This tastes great.
This Eastern cuisine is delicious.
Took some doing, but we managed to track down Giacomo's little black book. We found the information concerning you on this page here. Could you take a look at it and confirm this is what you want gone? Yes, this is it. This is the information about me that I absolutely don't want getting out at any cost. Is it alright if I tear out the page and photo and throw them away? Totally, do whatever you want with them. They're yours now. Just proceed to tear the notebook page and photograph into fine pieces. I think I'll rest a little easier knowing that stuff isn't out there anymore. Although, no offense, if I'm being completely honest, I wish you guys hadn't ended up finding out about my circumstances. As for who those lyrics were about, well, I think I have an idea who it might be. I'll say this, there are plenty of people like you who live out in the open these days. You shouldn't feel like you have to keep that bottled up. Yeah, I know that. It's not like I would really mind if people in society knew who I was. That's not what I'm worried about. I'm more trying not to ruin what I have with my childhood friends, if that makes sense. So if you guys could still keep all that to yourselves, I'd really, really appreciate it. Of course, it'd be bad for business if people thought they couldn't trust us with their personal details like that. Absolutely, we promise we'll maintain the strictest confidentiality about your case. I don't really understand what you guys are talking about, but don't worry, we'll never tell anybody about you no matter what. Thank you. I'm sorry if it sounded like I don't trust you guys, I just need that extra reassurance is all. Anyway, you guys can have the notebook back now. I'm not the only one in it, so I really shouldn't be the one to hold on to it. I'll let you guys figure out how to dispose of it, if that's okay. No problem, we're more than happy to handle that. I think that's it for me. Thank you guys so much for doing this. You don't know how relieved I am to have all that behind me. I'll deposit the money into your account soon. See you all later. Alright, now to take care of that notebook once and for all. What a scary thing that notebook is. Are you planning to use it for yourself, Van? No way. Considering how Giacomo wants to source that info, keeping it would be asking for nothing but trouble. I'm turning it over to the cops. It'll be a good way to get them to owe us a favor, digging up something as valuable as this. It's always give and take with you, Van, isn't it? From there, the party did exactly as Van suggested, submitting the notebook to the police station as key evidence in the murder case. They asked that it be delivered straight to Inspector Swati, who would know exactly what to do with it.
All in a day's work.
Love to see it.
Mira deposit confirmed.
Whoa. Gray and Chaos? What? Okay. So this one has become
let's head
completely optional, but like I said, we're doing it.
Well, if it isn't Van.
You're Jonas, right? I'm the Spriggan you requested. Oh, that's right. It's a pleasure to meet you. I have a lot to talk about, so please take a seat. Before we start, I want to clear something up. This is the kind of job you can ask a bracer for help with. Why'd you pick us, then? That's a fair question indeed. It's a long and complicated story, actually. Let me explain. Please do. So then, it started with my parents' divorce when I was young. I went with my father and my younger sister was taken by my mother. That was 10 years ago. Recently my father passed away due to illness. While I was going through his belongings, I found, shockingly, a will addressed to my sister and my mother. I guess even when you try to cut ties with them, you can't just erase family. Well, I'd like to make sure that this will reaches them. I understand. Finding them would be important. But again, why us? Why not go to a bracer about this? Here's the issue. Amongst the papers I found was what I believe is a court order from the same service as the divorce. It indicated that neither parent could interact or interfere with the other. I think that handling this will to my mother will technically violate that. If anything, I can't imagine she'd be happy about it. I figured it might be a better idea to give it to my sister then, which is why I've been looking for her. Also, since it's not urgent, I figured the guild would probably put me on the back burner and I end up waiting for who knows how long. Gotcha. I can see not wanting to end up a long-term resident of their mission board. Sure, we can handle this job. But anyway, got any clues where to start? Not exactly, but I did find this letter with the will. It was a letter from my grandmother on my mother's side from 2 years ago, addressed to my father. In it, she wrote that everyone on that side of the family was doing well, and attached to it was a picture of my sister. There was no address on the envelope, but the photo might be a good place to start. Can we see this photograph? Of course, here it is. She's so pretty. Right? It's hard to believe we're related. Her name's Jessica. She's younger than I am, but she's my sister. The photo looks like it was taken in the Tyrell district. I've gone and walked around there hoping I might bump into her, but no luck. Feels like the perfect place to start our search, then. Good as any. Alright, we should definitely take our time on this one. Should I take this job right now? Alright, I'll get started ASAP. Mind if I borrow the photo? It'll be easier to ask around if I got it in hand. Of course, thank you. Okay, then let's head to the Tyrell district. One last thing, if you would. Yeah? Well, if you do find my sister, please don't approach her. I mean, this might be the first time she hears about family she might not even know she had. I'd rather she didn't hear about it from a Spriggan. No offense. I'd just like to talk to her myself. I understand. Your reunion's a delicate matter and should be treated as such. Okay, so we just need to look at her then. Thank you so much. Please find my sister for me.
Time to start working.
Quest has started. Are we ready to get to work? We should start by finding someone who knows Jessica. And I know the perfect person to ask. There's a producer who often hangs around the Tyrell district to try and recruit new people to be mannequins. Let's talk to him before we can try asking anyone else. Might save us a lot of wandering around. Mannequin? I've never heard of that. What do they do? He means models, people who wear clothes to advertise new outfits. And Van's right that Jessica is pretty enough to be noticed by a producer. So as soon as we're ready, we should make for the Tyrell district. Ah. Okay, so we have a new topic.
Then let's head over.
So I just want to see if we can use it on them. It's probably only him.
See the movie. Fans are raving about.
I feel like I have a sharper eye for beauty after a good cup of coffee.
Can we talk?
Hot damn, local Spriggan's got business with someone like me? Never imagined I'd cross paths with you guys. What can I do for you? Oh yeah, I recognize this woman. Nice, what can you tell us about her? I work as a talent scout. She's someone I had my eye on for some time. She used to be a fellow regular at my favorite cafe, and we'd run into each other there often. I tried recruiting her twice, but she turned me down both times. Said she wasn't interested. I see. Does that mean if we go to the cafe we should find her? Probably not. She stopped coming about a month ago. I wouldn't pin your hopes on finding her there, unfortunately. Although in her defense, it's entirely possible she stopped going because of me. Maybe she just wanted to get me out of her hair. Dang, I thought we had a good lead. What are we gonna do? You might still want to talk to one of the servers there. They seem like pretty good friends. Who knows, maybe she'll be able to fill you in on whatever happened to her. If you're interested, it's Macmillan Cafe just over there. I think we'll take you up on that. Thank you for sharing. Have a good rest of your day. At least we came away with something onto the cafe.
Please step on up.
See how we have to do the topic thing?
Let me ask you something.
You're asking if I know anything about the woman in the photo? Wait a minute, that's Jessica. You know her? Awesome. Saves us some trouble trying to have to explain things. We've been looking for her. Her older brother, who's estranged, hired us to find her. She has an older brother? I had no idea she had such a complicated family life. How close would you say the two of you are? Pretty close, I'd say. Before I came here, I actually used to work at the Orbital Cafe over by the train station. That's where we first met. We were co-workers and became friends through that. Makes sense. Think we'd maybe find her there if we paid her a visit? I doubt it. She quit working there about a month ago. Said she was staying within the city, but it sounded like she decided to move somewhere pretty far. I don't know why, but she must have had some reason for doing it. The way she described it seemed like her hands were pretty tied. She was actually a regular here at this cafe. Used to see her here all the time. But once it was time to move, she said she wouldn't be able to come back here any longer. I haven't seen her since. And that was that, huh? With talk like that, definitely sounds to me like she had something going on. Like she wouldn't have moved if she didn't have to leave. That's what I felt. The whole thing really bothered me, but she just smiled and brushed it off, so I chose to let it slide. Looking back on it, I think she tried to do that so I wouldn't worry about her after she left. This is getting pretty complicated. Do you know where she moved to? No, I don't. Sorry. Wish I did. All I know is that she's still somewhere in Edith. Actually, you know something? I bet Ilhan over at my old Orbital Cafe might be able to tell you what's going on with her. He's the person who owns it. I think she went to him for advice a lot before she quit. You said his name's Ilhan and he's at the Orbital Cafe? Got it. Thanks for the tip. Guess we should go to Station Street next then. Ready to go? Well, this is going to get me in the habit of using the fast travel. So that's Orbital Cafe Iota.
They call it an Orbital Cafe. Oh, that's great.
Can we talk?
Mind if I ask you some questions? It's about the woman in this photo. We received a request from a young man asking us to look for his estranged sister, Jessica. We talked to Lucia about it. She directed us here. Do you happen to know where she might be living at the moment, or how we could get in contact with her? Her brother? Did he give you this photo? If you know anything at all, please tell us. It'd be a big help. I'd love to help you, but unfortunately, I don't know where she moved to. I'm really sorry. Wish I could have been of help. Seriously? I don't think he's being completely honest with us. He might know something else about Jessica that he's not telling us. Let's start from the bottom. I'm a Spriggan. Not with the police or the guild, and I don't do things their way either. We're pretty flexible, really. So if you're worried about her, why don't you tell us what's going on? It'll probably be easier in the long run. So, you know then? Ain't got hard proof, but I got an idea. What's going on? I feel like I'm missing something. I'm not completely sure, but I think I know what Van's getting at. And if he's right, then we can't just keep ignoring this. I know you have your reasons for what you're doing, but if you don't tell us what's going on, then we can't help Jessica. Would you be willing to trust us? That's a good point. Fine, I trust you. But I don't really have a right to talk about it. I think it's better if you hear it from the horse's mouth. What do you mean? I'll get in touch with Jessica and see if I can get you guys to meet up. You know what you're doing, so I'll leave the rest to you. Cool, no problem. Ilhan got in contact with Jessica through his orbital terminal, arranged for her to meet the team at the cafe. Lucky you, sounds like she's in the area. How about you take a seat and wait for her over there? I'll bring out some drinks. Thanks. Much appreciated. Didn't Jonah say we shouldn't talk to her? Is it really alright for us to meet with her without reporting back to him? Plans don't always pan out in this line of work, and I ain't following his plan if this job turns out to go against my principles. Is this really what Spriggans are like? Okay, I'll be back in a sec. Okay, I need to finish this and then I'll probably take a longer break before doing the free time stuff. You can't tell my voice is reaching its limit, so I just want to knock this out. Wait for Jessica to arrive here? Yes. The three of them sat down to wait. A woman arrived before long. It's nice to meet you. My name is Jessica. I take it you're from Arkwright Solutions? I heard about it from Elon. That's right, thanks for coming. Our client gave us a photo of you and we used that to find you. I want to go over a few things with you, but let's start with your family. We met with a man who claims to be your brother. He's told us quite a fair bit about you. Does that even ring a bell? Van told Jessica everything that Jonas had told them. Never heard anything like that at all. Guess my parents could have hidden it from me this whole time. Should it be true, I would understand it if they did, considering how delicate a matter it is. Next question. You ever got a problem with someone taking photos of you without your consent? How did you know? Yes, I have. They've even sent the photographs they've taken of me directly to my house. Is that why you chose to move away without telling anyone about where? Pretty much. I actually started feeling like I was being followed about a month ago. The feeling just kept getting worse and worse over time. I was proven right once I started receiving photos and letters to my home address. That was why I asked my boss to help make my move discreet. I didn't feel safe going to the police or guild either for fear that it would just anger him and make it all worse. Wait a second? Then the man who claimed to be your brother and gave us this job to begin with is probably the stalker she's been trying to shake this whole time. Dude was probably just bullshitting us right from the start, so we do his stalking job for him. What? You mentioned you have a photograph of me with you, didn't you? Could I see it? Yeah, not a problem. No! How? He's still trying to find me? I thought it'd be over after I moved. It's alright, Jessica. Please try and stay calm. Sorry for upsetting you like that. Still, I guess this confirms our suspicions. Our client here ain't Jessica's brother. He's the stalker who's been making her life miserable lately. Can't believe it. I didn't even realize he was lying. We're on your side here, Jessica. Please don't worry about that. I got an idea here. Why don't you hire me so we can turn the tables on this asshole? What do you mean? I must say you do excellent work, Spriggan. You're really quick. I was expecting results, but not this quickly. Now let's get to the chase. Where's my sister? About that, just want to ask something before we give you a report. I'll cut to the chase. You've been stalking Jessica, right? Oh my, really? This is all just a misunderstanding. I know I look suspicious snooping around and asking for a woman's place of residence like this, but I can assure you that I found this photograph amongst my father's possessions. Do you think I just found a picture of some random woman there? I wouldn't quite call myself a stalker for wanting to meet the woman in the photograph. No, you're not related to Jessica. We spoke with Jessica directly, on top of verifying her family records with City Hall. We also found out that Jessica moved recently because she was being stalked. Dug up quite a lot of dirt on you too, buddy. This ain't your first rodeo. You were stalking another woman in a different district, yeah? Got arrested for it too, but they didn't have enough evidence to throw you in the slammer. I made it clear you weren't to approach her. Why did you have to get involved? And what do you care if I'm a stalker or not? You're a Spriggan, isn't that what you do? Take jobs for people like me? That's not... I apologize for lying to you, really. Just felt like it would have made things easier for the both of us if I did. To be clear, I don't plan on harming Jessica at all, not even after I find out her address. Things went poorly with the last woman, but I am Jessica's family, or rather I will be. I'm destined to become her family. I'm eagerly looking forward to doting on my dear, dear little sister. This guy is being really creepy. I'll ask again, will you tell me Jessica's address? You can name your price. Van? Well, on behalf of Arkwright Solutions, the answer is no. Any sweets will taste sour if I buy them with your damn money. Don't joke with me. Worthless, but fine. I thought something like this might happen. Let me handle this. Let go, damn you, brat! Finally got to do something. You can keep resisting, but I won't let go of you. She moved so fast I couldn't even see her. Great job, Fairy. Thanks. So what now? Do we beat some sense into him? I know what I said earlier, but let's not. No need to get our hands dirty here. What should we do here, though? We got enough evidence to throw him to the police and let him sort this one out. But on the other hand, I've also got plenty of dirt on him. Could use it to scare him into never trying anything like this again. So, the police is clearly order. Blackmail would be chaos, because that's not really gray. And I kind of want to get some chaos points. So let's unleash the Dark Hero, shall we? Might be best to use what I got in blackmail on myself. I'd love to trust the cops on this one, but he might also get away with just a slap on the wrist. Fat chance that'll fix anything, so I gotta take matters in my own hands. Because we have to remember they screwed up the first time if he's stalking someone else. Fairy, keep him down. Him and I are gonna have a little chat. Affirmative. Again, I got solid evidence to your stalking. Ran a background check on you too. You work for a real big-name company, yeah? Tell you what. Promise me you stay the hell away from her, and then they don't gotta hear about this. You so much as even think about breaking that promise, though, and I'll break your life into pieces so tiny you'll never put it back together. Understood? You think you can threaten me? Go ahead, see if any of it matters. That's a shame. I guess we should head back to the office and transfer all the files regarding this case to our computer. I'll start with compiling my recording of this conversation and all the documents we gathered. What? You didn't? Of course I did. I can't be too careless in this line of work. But if you think I'm bluffing, you're more than welcome to find that out the hard way. Okay? Please, I'm begging you, don't send anything to my company. I'll stay away from Jessica, I swear. I'm not sure we can trust what he says. I'll sign a contract if you need me to. You can even bring a witness. I promise I won't ever get close to her again. Yeah, I'd like it in paper, and look, I just so happen to have a suitable contract on me already. Go me, being so well prepared. So under Fairy's watchful eye, Jonas's hands were free to allow him to sign the contract. He agreed to stop stalking people and to never attempt to contact Jessica ever again. So in case you're wondering, that contract is not really a contract, but like a signed confession, if anything. Because in all seriousness, maybe that's a thing out east in Japan or something, but in the west that'd be like a confession that you're withholding. Are you okay, Jessica? You look pale. Yes, I'm fine. Besides, I was the one who wanted to listen in on everything. Again, thank you so much, everyone. I feel like I can finally go back to feeling safe in my day-to-day life again. You got that contract now, so it should be alright. Think the guy's too chicken now to try anything ever again. But we'll keep an eye on you for a bit longer still, just to make sure you're safe. Yes, I hope this will help alleviate your concern. Goodness, this is reassuring. Right, I'll make sure to forward your fee later. Thanks again, you all, for everything. Man, that one sure was a pain. I'm feeling all stiff, but I know a Lloydly might fix me right back up. I suppose we can make a quick stop after this. What a strange experience. Dumping your client that way is unthinkable for a Jaeger. But knowing he's been dealt with makes me feel so much better. Still have a lot to learn about how a Spriggan works. Feel free to take notes if you gotta. I agree with the sentiment. I've learned so much myself already. Alright everyone, let's keep it up and finish up all our other tasks.
Mission accomplished. Great job, you guys. Reward deposited.
No level ups. Oh, no, there was one. That's the last of the 4 SPGs. Can't smell anything out of place now. This would be a good time for a break, then we can take it easy after that. So we got our free time point. Time Lord unlocked. The one that's left is the required story. And I said I was going to take a break, but we'll...
Thanks.
We're going to do Frida's New Life, just so I can see what one is like. Fans group decided to take a short break. Everyone split up so they could spend their free time as they pleased. feel kind of small when I'm in this part of Edith. It's so big. But why are we here? You've been living here for a while, but you still don't have everything you need to make yourself comfy, right? I'm your boss, so I figured I should pitch in and help with that. Thank you for being so kind. Anya's helped me buy some bare minimum necessities for my room, but you're right, I'm still missing a lot of stuff. I still have some mirror left for my move, so I'd like to buy some more things. Should do that then. Last thing I want is your dad yelling at me for not taking good care of you. You should be able to buy just about everything you could want in this part of the city. Let's start with the Orbital store first. Got it. I've been here before, but it's always been overwhelming how many orbits they have. Right about what you'd expect too, to be honest, since this is one of the biggest Orbital stores in the whole country. You want to look at household ornaments first? You can even try haggling the price down a little on the expensive stuff so it's more reasonable. I was actually hoping to look at night vision goggles for combat in the dark and security cameras. We need to make upgrading our office's defense capabilities a top priority so I can keep you and Anya safe. No, we don't. Maybe let's just start easy and look at the Zypha maintenance kits. That's a lot of stuff you got there. I guess. I was planning on making some field rations for everyone. Mine are quite popular back home, so I thought they might be useful. I mean, I'm not really planning to take on any jobs that'll have us living out in the jungle for weeks. But I'd be lying if I said I wasn't curious about them. What ingredients do you use? A little bit of everything, assorted grains, dried fruits, chocolate, as well as a few other things you'll enjoy more if you don't know what they are. That is not reassuring me in the way you think it does. I'll let you try some of the rations when they're done. You can give me your feedback then. Not put anything in my mouth until I know what it is. Great advice. This is the gun shop? I've heard good things about the woman that runs it. Yeah, probably going to be your favorite spot considering your rifle blade. Wonder if the gunsmith here could take a look at it. Thanks for waiting. There's a set of rifle blade maintenance tools and 2 cases of ammo you asked for. So it does use bullets. Thank you. Yep, knew you'd go for more combat stuff today. Of course, it should always be top priority to be stocked up on combat supplies. I do have something else I want to ask about. Do you repair rifles here? Oh, of course. Why don't you let me have a look at it, if you got it with you? It's this one here. I had a feeling that's what this was about. It's Ida's rifle. The Eisen shield ended up entrusting it to me after what happened. But it's damaged and pretty badly. She must have pushed it too much. I'd really like to have it repaired, though. I can tell just by looking at it that its owner really knew what they were doing. It's got some heavy customization, basically squeezing it to drive all the power it had, usability be damned. That also means a bunch of parts here aren't available on the mass market. Yeah, Ida mentioned it was a special model she had since before joining the Eisen shield. Take it's a nice way of telling us that it's too much for you to handle. Unfortunately, you're right on the money. I hate to disappoint, but I'd rather be upfront about it. Please don't apologize. I'm happy that I got an expert opinion. Thank you very much. I'm sure I'll be back again soon. It's a shame she couldn't do anything to fix it. It's okay, I had a feeling this would happen. Jaeger's weapon is their battle partner. Makes sense no one would know it as well as she did. But I'll keep it in mind anyway. Maybe we can find some other way to fix it. I take it you don't know of any other places you could try, like the core you're from. Oh, shit. Yeah, I can't go and ask them now that they've disowned me. Besides, Ida was like a big sister to me. I wouldn't just like to pass this duty on to just anyone. Makes sense. Heard Fairy's not the only little sister she left behind. She had someone else back in her old haunt, Zephyr, too. Well, thanks for coming around with me today. I'll do my best to pull my weight around now that I'm working for you. Just don't work yourself too hard, kiddo. With their shopping and break time over, the two of them returned to work.
I'm going to need your help if I'm going to become a real warrior one day.
+5 speed. What? Okay, so that was a lot faster than I thought it would be. We'll do Anya's next. Van's group decided to take a short break. Everyone split up so they could spend their free time as they pleased. Guess I'll keep looking. Can't give up here. Hey there, funny seeing you here. You look mighty busy for someone who's supposed to be on break. Van! Thank you for worrying. I was just passing by, don't think too hard about it. Though since I'm already here, I can always be a good boss, lend you an ear. Thanks, I appreciate it. So as it happens, I lost an important book of mine somewhere around here. It's been weighing on me, so I've been coming back to look for it when I have some free time. What book did you lose? It's a copy of one of the Sunshine Anya's volumes. You might have heard about them before. It's very popular and still in print, so I could technically replace it if I wanted to. But the one I lost was a first edition print that I got as a gift from my parents 10 years ago. It's been with me for a long, long time, and I don't want to just give up on it. It's a special book to me. Yeah, I get it. Thing stops being just a thing when it starts becoming special to you. Just can't give it up like that. Reminds me of when my favorite car's paint got scratched. Right? Though maybe you're not too far off. It's funny though, I hadn't paid that book much mind until now. I only realized it was really important to me once I lost it, I suppose. So, any ideas on where it might be? Were you going to help me search? Sure. I know you're keeping it away from work by searching for it in your free time. But I don't want to see my assistant down at the dumps at all. I don't work for free though, but I guess I can give you an employee discount. I appreciate it. With that said, I have no clue where it might be. I lost it the other day when I was out for a stroll. I was reading it at the time. I retraced my steps multiple times and asked around all the stores I stopped at, but there's no sign of it. Leaves a few possibilities at least. But let's make sure I have a clear picture of things. Mind if we retrace your steps one more time? Not at all. It might just help having another pair of eyes on it. Who knows? Now, where do we start? Van and Anya has retraced the route that she previously took on her day off. Their search for the book led them across the city, including cafes, bookstores, and the subway. Unfortunately, time passed without them so much as finding a clue, let alone the book itself. I guess it's not going to turn up after all. I'm sorry, Van. I feel like I just wasted your time. Don't sweat it. I suggest doing all this in the first place. We had already looked in all the obvious spots. Might need to reconsider how we go about it. Do you think someone stole it? I've been trying to keep my mind off all that possibility. It might look a little beat up, but we are talking about a rare first edition here. Maybe someone recognized it and just decided to snatch it. Could just be like that stolen wallet we were tracking down before. If that's the case, maybe we should talk to Mr. Yimai about it. I don't think contacting the police about it will help if it's been sold already. Don't go through another towel yet. I got one more idea, so let's have a crack at it. Hey, it's Van. Long time no talk. My assistant and I are tracking something down, and you might just be the right person to ask. I imagine this is it? Thank you. I'll check right away. Yes, the stain on the front cover is from when I spilled tea on it. So it's definitely your copy, then. It has to be. I'm so relieved to finally have it back. I'd honestly given up on ever finding it. Just who are you? Let's just say I run a bookstore on the other side of town. How unexpected it was to have you call for me. The answer to your troubles being right in my store's lineup. May this be fate bringing us together. Hell no, just hearing you say that's already giving me goosebumps. But thanks anyway, I'll wire you some mirror later for your trouble. Don't worry so much about it, I owed you one, so let's call ourselves even. Well, I'll leave the two of you be. Thank you again. What kind of relationship do the two of them have? I wonder. I'm really sorry for all the trouble helping me turn out to be, Van. Hey, like I said, I didn't do it for free. I'll cash in the favor when you're rich and powerful. Call it an investment in the future of one of my employees. Can't have you too bummed out about it. If you say so. I'll do all I can to deliver on your expectations, then. So glad to finally have my book back. What a coincidence that one of your favorite book protagonists has the same name you do. Or is that why you like it so much? It's a little embarrassing to admit it, but that's right. The reason why I asked my parents for it in the first place was because of the title. But that's just the start of it. The real reason why I treasure it so much is because I admire Agnes' character so much. Really? Isn't she like a magician trying to blend in with society? Yes, but what I admire is her determination. She won't stop at anything to protect what she cares about, even if it's a danger to herself. It's my comfort book. I'd always go back and read it whenever I felt like giving up. Then I convinced myself I was a magician just like Agnes and push on. Guess we were all children once. Though it might have rubbed off on her, she's very strong-willed herself for someone her age. Huh? Don't get the wrong idea. I don't pretend to be her anymore. Not what I was thinking, but anymore, does that mean you used to, yeah? But anymore does mean you used to, yeah? Oh. Anyway, we still got a bit of free time left. I think I got an idea about what you could pay me with. I want to show me what kind of sweets you students buy at the department store nowadays. I wouldn't count that as payment, but let's see. The two of them began a quick tour of the area in front of the station before their free time came to an end. After that, they returned to work.
I still have a lot to learn, so don't be afraid to point anything out.
So, 10 art defense. So before I hop over to Yume, if you want to read Sunshine Anya's yourself, or even just listen to me read it to you, yes, it is on the channel here, so just do a search for it. I think it was in Azure, so you're going to be looking for Trails to Azure, I believe, and it would be there. So yeah, we'll do this one just so I can put a clean break. Fans group decided to take a short break. Everyone split up so they could spend their free time as they pleased. Thanks for helping out, Van. You don't know how much I appreciate it. Hey, no problem. It's what neighbors are for. I know you got a lot to buy and could use a helping hand. I'm always happy to help. Can I go with you guys? I want to come too. Alright, but you have to help us if you're going to come, okay? And don't go wandering off. Okay, shopping. We're gonna go shopping. We've got a few places to visit today. First, I gave you a bit of a loyal customer discount, Paulette. Thanks for always shopping here. Van, I trust you're not going to make her carry it all back to the restaurant, right? Be a gentleman. I am. That's what I'm here for. Oh, you didn't have to do that, Brenda. You already gave Yume that candy last time we came here. That was so yummy. Thank you so much. You're so polite for your age. Yume, I'm impressed. And don't you worry about it, Paulette. This is just my way of showing you thanks for making this neighborhood a better place to live in. I mean, just think about how long you've been coming here. Since before you left home, really. Though I guess you've been working at Montmart for a while now. Hope you haven't gotten bored. I don't think I could. I grew up with just Dad around, so it's always been home for me. Him and his cooking. Wouldn't give that up for anything. A pleasure doing business with you, as always. I'll throw in some seasonal fruits from Orid on the house. Hope you enjoy them. These look really tasty. I appreciate the offer, but I couldn't possibly take these without paying for them. Of course you can. Think of it as a loyalty bonus. I'd also like to spoil my favorite little Yume. I'm her favorite. Pipe down, you're killing my eardrums here. Children are just so full of energy, aren't they? I remember when you returned with her in your arms all those years ago. I was quite worried back then. Huh? But I see now there was no cause for concern. You've got a good head on your shoulders, and you're strong of spirit as well. I imagine I got the former from my mom and the latter from my dad. They continued their shopping spree for a while longer before making their way back to Old Town. Grandpa, I'm back. Hey, there's my little Yume. Aren't you going to ask? About her and me, I mean. You must realize by now that we're not the most ordinary family, right? I can't imagine you of all people wouldn't have noticed. What kind of guy do you take me for? I'm not that insensitive. I know better than to go sniffing around a woman's private business. I didn't mean it like that. We've just known each other for a long time now. Feel a little bad keeping things from you. Don't be. There's nothing to feel sorry about. If you want, you can just think of it as me repaying the favor. You guys didn't grill me for details when I first rented out the floor above yours. It was no questions asked, and I really appreciated that. I'm not going to go digging into someone's personal affairs if they don't offer the info up first. Call it a personal policy. Right, I've always known you to be a rather discreet and considerate man. Thank you so much, Van. I'm just doing what any decent guy should. But if it makes a pretty woman like you happy, I ain't gonna complain. I was talking about our errand running just now. Were you? Well, I'll take your word for it. Mommy, Van, what are you doing? Come on. We're coming, sweetie. If you still have time before you have to return to the work, then let me brew you some coffee. On the house. Never gonna say no to that. After the brief coffee break, Van reunited with the others and resumed work.
That was fun. Let's play again, Van.
So Van gets 100 HP. And yeah, so next up is going to be the story quest, but that will be a different video. So I am good to call it quits here, and hopefully you guys enjoyed and learned a little bit more about our cast. So until next time, I'm the Hero of Light. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.